Hello from Campsite 128 in Larkspur, Colorado. I am Chris. I am the oldest grandchild of Bigdaddy. And sorry we can't be there. We're trying to come out as a family for Easter and we'll be able to hang out with you, especially Nanny. As many of you know, I was able to spend some time with Big a few weeks ago and say some goodbyes and have some good conversation, and I'm very thankful for that. Big was only 40 years older than me. He was a second father to me. There were many nights I remember laying on the couch, watching TV with him to the late evenings and trying so hard to stay awake. It was always an eclectic mix between Jimmy Swaggart, Hee Haw, and the latest Death Wish movie. We always had peanut butter and apples or peanut butter and vanilla wafers. And, of course, orange Gatorade with crushed ice to wash it all down. My first memory with Big revolved around loose change coming from his pocket. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, found some quarters in his favorite chair's cushion. And I was so excited as a little 4-year-old. And so Big, of course, being Big, he fully loaded the cushions every time I came over with change. And so as a 4 or 5-year-old, I would just sprint from that door right to his chair, and I would find $3 or $4 worth of coins, and I just would say, oh my gosh, how does this happen every single time? Big, of course, gave me my first job when I was 12. I was paid $2.50 an hour. I did all sorts of odd end jobs like mowing the lawn and painting and, of course, air conditioning. But Big told me my job really was to shadow Kenny, and every time we got to a job site, watch where he puts down the keys or the pliers or the screwdriver, and remind Kenny to grab it before we left the job site. When I was in high school, Big started a prayer meeting with all the men in the family, and this was extremely powerful. We would get together once a week and talk about our weeks, and then lay hands on each other and pray. And it was during this time, it was a very transitional and crucial time in my life, and I got to witness what it meant to be a godly man and a man who is passionate about God and prayer. And I am very thankful for that. Many times those nights he would also give me an adjustment. He would crack my back and my neck, as a fully licensed air conditioning mechanic. Now, as a osteopath, I've been doing adjustments for 20 years, and I can tell you he wasn't that far off. In many ways, Big reminds me of an Old Testament character like David. Great man after his own heart, with faults, but in my mind, God took care of those at the cross, and all God asks us to do is get back up and keep trying, and He'll take care of the rest. And that's what I saw in Big. He just pursued God no matter what. Our family dog Max, he passed away a few months ago, and it was a pretty tragic time in our family. And a few days ago, my son Lane, he said, "Hey Dad," and with a big smile he said, "You know what? I think Big Daddy and Grandma are sitting at a table doing a puzzle up in heaven, and Max is right there laying at his feet." And I just love that image, because what it told me was peace. No pain, no agenda, just fellowship and peace. And I just love seeing that image. And I want to thank you, Big, for your genetics, for leaving a legacy, for your prayers, for showing me what a man after God's own heart is. So, here's to you, Big. We'll miss you, and thank you.